Hey Aquarius, it's Romy here. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is your November monthly intuitive reading. So if you are a sun, rising or moon in Aquarius, this may well resonate for you. If it does, you can go ahead and join me for the extended version. You can do that by clicking on the downward arrow next to the video description and it will bring up the link to go ahead and purchase it from my website. Please do drop me a like or a comment and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you enjoy it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and see what's coming out for you this month. Okay Aquarius, let's see what Scorpio season is bringing for you. We're still in 10th house activity in Scorpio season, which is this focus in and around your career right now, your purpose and long-term vision and planning. So this beautiful new moon in Scorpio coming up on the 27th, 28th of October is giving you an opportunity to bring about a real transformation, maybe a complete reinvention. I think some of you might be ready for that. Remember, we are still in Mercury shadow and it's going to be stationing retrograde as of the 31st of October, right through to the 18th of November in Scorpio. So we begin the reading with Nine of Wands. We've got fire energy coming in for you and I think you need this. I think it's helping to drive forward the ideas and the visions that you have in place and that have been emerging in the last few weeks for you, Aquarius. There is a sense of feeling a little bit protective of yourself and maybe your ideas, maybe your vision. So you're choosing the right moment with which to share, and I feel that there is a necessity right now to conserve energy. There's going to be a time when you are going to be laying things out, and this new moon is kind of helping you to set up the way forward with that. But I think you need to be mindful about where you're directing your energy and the timing with which you choose to share what's going on in your world, or who you're sharing your energy with is what I want to say. Still a little bit of tiredness also coming up with that Nine of Wands. But honestly, you're on the right track right now, Aquarius. I feel that you are maybe feeling a little bit distrustful, either of yourself or somebody else. And I want to say, turn inwards, listen to where the guidance is coming from. Scorpio season is bringing you powerful instincts and intuitive guidance to the right way forward for you. That said, we have Two of Swords coming up, so I do feel you're conflicted over something. There's a choice or a decision, or maybe you're just needing to take a pause, and I almost feel like you're putting yourself in this position right now where you're choosing to step back and review or reassess. And remember, Mercury retrograde is a beautiful energy to help us do that. And this particular transit of Mercury isn't as harsh as we've maybe seen in other transits through this year. There's a nice conversation taking place with Venus, so it is coming in on a slightly lighter note, but it's also asking you to do some deep diving into really what you want and why. You know, this 10th house activity for you is really helping you to question and lay that out. And whether that's in your career or whether that's you looking at relationships right now, there's a decision or a choice to make about the way forward. And I need you to not doubt yourself at the moment, because it just feels that sitting too long in any kind of procrastination or avoidance is a little bit unhealthy for you right now. So I feel like, yes, you need the time to review and reassess, but still keep moving forward, still keep applying yourself and showing up. I need you to keep showing up. That Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance and an encouragement to keep going. I think for some of you, if you're dealing specifically with relationship situations at the moment, maybe we've got a little bit of more of the same energy coming in. And what is that leading to? I think a sense of you just feeling like you have to close something off. There's a cycle that needs to end. Maybe you'll be making a decision to remove something from your life that feels toxic or unhealthy in order to move forward and embrace the plans and the visions that you have for yourself, okay? These swords energy coming in are really focusing your mind on where your thoughts are and how you are dealing with some of the more challenging fears or anxieties or stresses that are coming to mind. So don't be paralyzed by that. Honestly, I think that Nine of Wands, that fire energy, is going to help push you forward. We have a full moon in Taurus coming in on the 12th of November, Aquarius, and that full moon is in your 4th house. So that's all about family, it's all about roots, tradition. You know, if you're looking at potentially like where you feel safe, where you feel secure, for some of you, you might need to change something up. You might feel the need to completely, and in Scorpio energy, right, it's allowing us to do that complete reinvention and transformation. So maybe you just need to look at something within the home and completely change it. For some of you, maybe you're looking at a relocation, an ending to a current place of work. Maybe you're needing a new environment for some fresh inspiration and fresh ideas. You know, when we move into Sagittarius, we're coming into your 11th house activity, which is ruled by Aquarius. So you're very at home with that. And I feel like you're ready to explore new ideas and new ways of doing things. That beautiful new moon in Scorpio on the 28th of October, with the opposition to Uranus, is also bringing about some wonderful downloads. It feels like there's going to be some real sparks of ideas and inspiration. So I need you to not hold yourself back when that comes through, because for whatever reason right now you still seem to be caught up in an old pattern or an old thought process. And actually I don't really feel that this is your reality right now, Aquarius. So, you know, we've got 5 of Pentacles coming through, which, you know, is suggestive of loss, you know, that feeling of isolation, or somehow just our expectations not being delivered over something. But actually, like intuitively, what I'm getting with this reading is that you're looking in the wrong direction. Because actually, if you turn your focus and you turn your head the other way, what you're going to find is actually like a whole lot of new seeds blossoming in your world. So I think for some of you, if you are going through maybe a painful ending or having to make a choice that feels like there's a no-win situation out of it, I need you to understand that actually you're maybe not looking at the full picture. You're not seeing the full manifestation of what's to come. And we talked before in your readings about the fact that both Pluto and Saturn are moving through your 12th house of endings, closure. And this is like a difficult placement for these planets and what they're doing in that kind of conjunction that's happening on the 12th of January for you. So there is a real sense of closure and ending to the end of a decade, the end of an era for you, Aquarius. But you know, that can be painful and that can be challenging, and it's probably bringing up an awful lot of stuff, of old ways of thinking and patterns. And you know, maybe for some of you it's really hitting in and around your kind of sense of security. So with that full moon, maybe it's all around the home, you know, changes that are happening here. Or for some of you, maybe it is hitting into financial losses or fear of financial loss. But I need to say again, I just don't think that this is your true reality. That Nine of Wands energy maybe has you in a slightly paranoid kind of thinking the worst sort of energy, but I don't feel that's the case, because actually what's showing me is a beautiful burst of sensitivity and emotional, like it's like the nuance. I need you to kind of like link into actually what the energy vibration is telling you. So I need you to drop down into your body a little bit, Aquarius. Move out of that fast thinking air elemental kind of projection, like looking way down the line and kind of almost getting on that runaway train. Come back into your body and tune into the vibration of the emotions and the feelings, because I feel what you're actually going to come up with when you do that is a sense of, even though there's a lot of turmoil and change and uprooting, this beautiful rebirth moment that the Scorpio energy is bringing in for you is quite delicious. It's quite beautiful. Now for some of you, you might be dealing with a water sign energy here. So we have Pisces, Cancer, or indeed a Scorpio. And I think if that's the case, then maybe there's some indecision around that particular energy. You feel uncertain and, you know, perhaps a sense of waiting. You're waiting for some message, some communication to come through to help you make a decision with regards to something. For me, this card is also one of listening and needing to really not only listen to yourself, but listen to what other people have to say, because I think there is some wisdom and some guidance that's trying to come through. And maybe you're focused in the wrong direction to be able to hear that properly, right? But remain open-minded. When we have Sagittarius coming into your 11th house, Aquarius, there's something about a spark of a new, oh lovely Magician energy. I want to say there's something about a spark of a new tribe, like a new group of people, a new social network that you're going to connect to. I've just got the sense of like new connections coming into your life, new people coming into your life on all sorts of levels, Aquarius. It's not just like personal relationships. I feel this is connected into work, into friendships, into the wider community, and I think you're going to be drawn into like a new world a little bit. And for me, this is going to be really healthy because it's opening up your perspective, and it's also going to help you to see yourself differently. So if you've been stuck in a vibration and kind of pushing and forcing and like, you know, almost like feeling like you're trying to get to the other side of a wall, I feel like you're about to kind of find yourself on the other side and looking back and just almost having a moment of like, I don't know when I just took that step, but I know it just happened right now. And that's really going to help you in terms of some of the choices and decisions that might still be lagging or, you know, sort of latent around you, and really help give you the impetus to charge forward and make that healthy choice for you. That beautiful Magician energy coming in is helping you to manifest change and to bring in what I see as like new energies and connections, new ideas, and also being able to not only tap into your natural essence, that beautiful air elemental energy, but also balance up in your vibration, you know, the grounded earth that you need, tapping into your intuitive water emotions, and also having that fire to be able to make things happen and bring the inspired action into play as well. I think that for some of you, in terms of relationships, maybe where there has been an ending or a closure, the energy that I've got coming through with this Magician, if it's somebody else coming in, is very magnetic. This is somebody that you're going to feel really drawn to. They have some kind of quality about them that just feels different. It feels unique, and it's really speaking to you on a different level, and you're ready for that. Now on the 27th of November, we also have Neptune moving direct in the sign of Pisces. It's been retrograde since June 21st, and that's been in your second house of finances, security, looking at income. And so I think that, you know, where we're linking in particularly to that Five of Pentacles energy and the Magician, there's some changes taking place where you are able to manifest those visions and almost like pull them down. Maybe you've had some challenge over the past few months of being able to actually allow some of those visions to kind of realize themselves. You've maybe felt a block in the actualization of some of those things coming to fruition. I think that as we move direct, there's some sort of real shift that comes in with that beautiful Wheel of Fortune that's bringing about opportunity, bringing about a karmic change and more positivity into your world. A little bit of luck as well, actually, Aquarius. I feel like you are going to find yourself through the month of November in the right place at the right time, or somebody's going to step forward who's just the right individual to help you at that exact moment in time. And I think that that's really going to elevate your energy and give you a much needed boost in terms of seeing the way forward, or seeing something on the horizon that feels like, that's what I've been working towards, or that's what I wanted, or that's the relationship I saw for myself, or that's the outcome or the future vision that feels good to me. So I think by the time we come to the end of this month, you are going to be given a really strong validation, a really strong sign that's going to help support that for you. 1st of November, we have Venus moving into Sagittarius, and Venus in Sagittarius likes freedom. It likes to feel liberated. It wants to test. It wants to try out different experience. Wants to have lots of connections to have that debate with, to just experiment, really. And so I think that when we're looking at personal relationships, this is also a time for some of you where if you are seeking freedom and liberation from a situation, then that's really going to support you. I think for others, where you're looking actually for security and somebody to commit or have that sense of feeling a little bit more like you know where you stand, that could be a little bit more challenging for you, because I feel like they'll be hard to pin down, so to speak. So what comes through that Strength card, now it could be a Leo energy that we're dealing with when we're talking about this, but I feel actually what this card is bringing through, you've got some beautiful major arcanas here, the Magician, the Wheel, and now Strength card, is just saying that actually you're moving through this cycle with a lot of grace. So you're coming up against the challenges and you're being able to cope with them. And even where you feel it might be rattling you, and even where you feel, like I said at the start of the reading, that the picture looks a bit bleaker, the actual reality of that isn't the case. And what you're going to find as these new opportunities present themselves for you, especially toward the end of this month, Aquarius, is that actually you are feeling much more grounded and stronger and more able to receive them, and I think that's important. So this is a nice boost coming in for those of you that are feeling like maybe still a little bit unsettled, or things haven't quite come together in the way that they needed to yet. You know, it's really my firm belief that 2019, it hasn't been a year that's necessarily delivered things in a way that people are understanding quite yet, but by the time we get to the end of this year, you should find yourself in a position where you have much more clarity about what's coming next, even if all of those things haven't fully lined themselves up or physically manifested on an energetic level. You're going to feel them in a much stronger way, Aquarius. Okay, so we have Ace of Cups coming in, which is really beautiful. So this lovely sense of renewal that's happening. For those of you that are focused in and around love relationships and personal relationships, for me, this is the sign that you've been looking for. I think this is something going to the next level. I think it's a revival of something, or new love coming in for you that's really going to be different from anything that you've experienced before. What they say to me is a meeting of minds. A meeting of minds and a meeting of hearts. If this is connected to this Magician energy, which, you know, could be a Gemini or a Virgo with its ruler being Mercury, who's coming in for you, or even if it's representative of yourself, Aquarius, and that need to just have stimulation on multiple levels, this is what the transformational energy of Scorpio is helping bring in. It's really doing a purge and a clear out of a lot of connections and energies that are not serving you, to help you focus and get really clear-minded on where you want to move towards and the type of relationship that you are looking for. Just on a level of self, Ace of Cups for me is talking to me about you finding much more contentment and inner peace as we come to that part of the month, and indeed this time of the year, where there's a sense of you understanding the cycle that you've been through, and knowing that the strength that you've found within yourself to overcome a lot of the personal obstacles and challenges that have been presented to you, and even where you've had to deal with loss, where you've had to deal with that sense of isolation, or really a lot of the anxieties that have emerged through the course of the last few weeks. All of it is helping to bring about like a beautiful state of revival in your world, okay? And for me, that Ace of Cups, it's just the potential and the beautiful raw energy of love that's just coursing through you. And there's this card for me is really bringing in a sense of appreciation of self as well, Aquarius. So I think it's important that through this month of November, as you're in this real transitionary period with the Scorpionic energy, that you acknowledge and appreciate the choices and decisions that you've had to make. That Two of Swords for me is suggestive of quite a big decision that you've either already made or you are about to make. Remember, sometimes time can be fluid, so the things that are coming up in this reading may have just happened, or they may still come over the coming weeks. But these are themes that are playing out in your energy. But this sense of appreciation is so important, because what it does is it activates that inner light, and it just completely changes your whole auric energy, which makes you very magnetic. We talk about that Magician energy coming in. So I do think there's something about your energy this month that people are going to be really drawn to as you clear out and move away from what you perceive as being the reality, which in fact for me is it's almost like a mirror image. So, you know, if you look at what you are focused on that feels of a lower vibration, or where there's a specific fear that's coming up for you, Aquarius, I want you to look at what the complete opposite of that would be, because for me, that's what's actually about to show up in your reality. You're about to overcome something. And intuitively, I feel that you're going to sense the energy of that coming in, because for me, the wheel is bringing that about. Okay, so I'm just going to choose an oracle card here and see what's coming up. Okay, so the path. This is, I think, really reflective of what we've been talking about. You know, this new vision. You know, the 10th house is all about kind of climbing the ladder of success. It's all about how you are choosing to put yourself out there. It's that sense of leadership and commanding your energy in a way that you can really influence others. And you're poised here. There's a moment. I don't feel fearful with this. I think you're just really in some contemplation energy, which, you know, I think that's reflective in the Two of Swords that comes through. And even with the Nine of Wands, there's a moment of rest that's required just to kind of galvanize and sort of draw our energies in to be able to take that next step. It's also beautifully linking in with the Magician, as above, so below. Where really we're pulling down this vision from the heavens. We're pulling it down from our minds, and we're creating this beautiful alchemy. You have some beautiful stars that are shining so brightly, just coming in, and I want to say that for me, it's just, you know, it's not quite been revealed. But this is on its way in, and for me this is linking in with the wheel energy for you. So this is about step by step on the process. You know, it's not about forcing or pushing yourself. If it's, you know, regarding a relationship, it's like don't try to force the outcome. Just move through this month each day and feel into your energy to listen to what it's saying to you, and then respond accordingly. The retrograde energy is going to help to highlight things to you about yourself and about patterns that you have in your life, particularly with regards to, you know, Scorpio themes of power, of money, of, you know, that kind of sexual energy, our relationships in that level. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be downloaded to you, all of which is helpful, and all of which is here to show you growth and potential. So take the time to really listen and tune into that, because I feel like you are going to receive important information and a validation toward the end of this month that's going to help you, Aquarius. Okay. Okay, delight. This card came up for someone else as well, actually. So beautiful. And, you know, I think it's really presenting what you need to feel excited about. This is the reality that's coming in. It's not that Five of Pentacles. It's not the Ten of Swords. These are necessary moments in the journey. But actually for me, you know, the bird is still looking quite in a place of contemplation and deep thought. But it's choosing to take delight in that moment of respite. It's choosing to be in the moment and fully accept it, and know that everything is moving. There's movement all through this card for me. And actually, like, the vibrancy and the energy that's just waiting to burst through is some kind of beautiful here. And I want to say that to you. I almost feel, Aquarius, if you can get into a mindset that says something beautiful is going to happen to me every single day in this month of November, then you're going to keep yourself directed and focused toward the right outcome. So that is what I want you to hold as your real mantra. Something beautiful happens to me every day, or will happen to me every day, and just be really conscious of where that sign is showing up, because I feel it's going to happen. And it's going to show you what's right for you, and maybe where there were things that you felt were right, and then actually in hindsight they're being removed, or they're showing you actually it's time for a reinvention. I need you to go with the energy of that, because for me the most powerful cards that are showing in this reading is the Magician through to the Wheel, Strength, and Ace of Cups. So this lovely flow that's happening, you know, that Page of Cups is the opening gateway to it. You know, so we have real two halves going on here. But for me, this is the flow, this is the opening up, and these are powerful energies that are emerging and revealing themselves to you. Okay, Aquarius, thanks so much for tuning in for your November reading. If you'd like to join me for the extended, we're going to talk for another 20 minutes or so, and we're going to see where this conversation takes us. We'll go into a lot more detail. So I'm going to choose some clarifier cards to see where that wants to take us. If you do want to join me, all you need to do is just click on the downward arrow, and the description box holds a link that will take you to my website. So that you can join me for the extended. Okay, so we're just going to clarify the Nine of Wands here, and I have Two of Pentacles coming in, so definitely choice is shown. Okay, Ten of Wands coming in as well. You feel a sense of responsibility. I think that's 10th house activity as well. There is that deeper sense of responsibility about the choices and decisions that you're making and how they might impact others around you as well. So Two of Swords is bringing in Death, which could be a Scorpio, and obviously links directly into Scorpio season, and this sense of change and rebirth that's happening can feel challenging and difficult. Temperance, beautiful. Card of Sagittarius energy as well, but also this sense of you needing to be patient with yourself in the process. Okay, Three of Wands. So let's see what this Ten of Swords is about for you, Aquarius. Oh, lovely. Ace of Wands coming in. So with every ending is a new beginning. Oh, beautiful. Ten of Cups coming through. So there's no loss in the sense of everything is being replaced in your world. So everything that you're losing, I feel there's more to come in. Okay, so Four of Pentacles is clarifying the Five. So what's going on with your money story right now? Okay, Three of Cups. That's an interesting conversation if we're looking at personal relationships as well. Which I will go into. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, Six of Cups. So maybe there's a returning energy here that we're dealing with in retrograde season, or something that hasn't quite ended yet. Okay, Eight of Swords is coming in with Page of Cups. Somebody in the background here, it's interesting. Oh, Page of Swords, yeah, okay. This has a lot to say, so I'm going to be interested to go into this narrative here. Okay, the Magician bringing up the Five of Cups. That needs to tune into our emotional self. Let's put one more there. Yeah, beautiful. Empress energy. See, this is where I really see you this month, Aquarius. Really being in your power. Two of Swords again. Yeah. Two of Cups coming in, King of Wands. Okay, maybe some of you are dealing with a fire sign here. Could well be Leo. Okay, Strength is bringing in the Star. Your card, Aquarius. So this is absolutely you. You're being given the strength to come through this period and to bring some renewal and hope and real sense of security and stability coming in. Ten of Pentacles might also be a family situation we're dealing with here. A Chariot. One just wanted to come out there. Oh, Ace of Cups again. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Beautiful. The radiance that's coming from both of these cards for you. You are going to be radiant this month, I feel. It's something about what you do, what you say, how you look, how you're coming across. Once we move out of Scorpio into Sagittarius, that's when I really feel you're going to notice that change in yourself. 9 of Pentacles, beautiful card with Ace of Cups, especially for those of you looking in and around career. King of Pentacles. Okay, you might be dealing with an earth sign here, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And finally, I'm just going to clarify these oracle cards. 3 of Pentacles, lovely. Delight. 8 of Cups. Right, Aquarius. I think there's a lot for us to go into in more detail here with the extended. So if you'd like to join me, I look forward to it. Otherwise, thank you so much. I send you lots of love and blessings for the month of November. I really appreciate you tuning in. Please do like, drop me a comment, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any further updates. All the best.